Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Paradigm Woods and Irons from Callaway.
And hi again, everyone. I'm Jimmy Roberts, and this is your Golf Central update. Waialae Country Club has hosted the Sony Open since its very first year back in 1965. Gabe Brewer was the champion that year when he beat Bob Goldie in a playoff. There are 5 two-time champions of this event, Corey Pavin and Ernie Els among them. No one has ever won 3 titles at Waialae. Last year's champion Hideki Matsuyama is back to defend his title. Jordan Spieth and his son Sammy's babysitter, Tom Kim, both make the trip from Maui to Oahu. Spieth playing for the first time since 2019. And earlier today, Todd Lewis caught up with the 3-time major champion.
Jordan, you played well here at the Sony before. What challenges does this golf course offer you?
Well, I think coming off of last week, it's so different that you really got to think through how you're going to play the golf course, because you can either take it on super aggressively and it could pay off, but it could also, mean a short week, or you could play it kind of the way that it's designed to be played, which is taking driver out of your hands a lot and then trying to work on a lot of distance control from 160 yards and in. So the difficulty is in your decision and sticking to a game plan. And from there, you got to execute some really, really nice shots off the tee to give yourself those fairway shots into the greens.
Last year, you worked so hard on your swing. It paid off. You won at Hilton Head. How much freedom do you have with your swing right now?
I think I'm looking to certainly make some improvements. Hasn't been where I really want it to be, but I've been able to have periods of some really nice ball striking times. But this year's, for me, it's more about consistency, trying to be a really consistent tee to green player and then put a lot more emphasis on the putting. And I feel like I've made some good strides with the putter and kind of waiting for it to really get hot and stay hot. So I just want to have a lot more consistent year, have more chances on the weekend. The chances I did have, I took advantage of this last year, but definitely less chances than I'm used to in a really good solid year.
All right, we're going to broaden out, get a little philosophical with Jordan. All right, you got 13 wins on the PGA Tour. You got 3 major championships, and all before the age of 30. You're turning 30 this year. What brings you joy and excitement as a professional right now?
I think for me, it's playing with freedom. It's feeling like I'm teeing it up, saying I'm really excited about what I'm working on. I know that it can produce today, and I'm going to swing freely at targets. And if I mis-execute, I mis-execute, but I'm not going to shy away from anything. And I think that kind of freedom is something the past 10 years, has allowed me to have over maybe some guys that are just starting out. But at the same time, you just got to stick to it. But playing with freedom is what I care about. And then when I'm teeing it up on Saturday and I'm in the last few groups and I know I have a chance if I play my game on the weekend, that's what's exciting. So being very patient Thursday, Friday to just give myself more and more weekend opportunities, because when your blood gets high, and your heartbeat starts racing, that's what I love about golf. That's what I love about competing on the PGA Tour.
Philosophy with Jordan Spieth. Hey, appreciate your time, my man.
Yeah, you got it. Absolutely.
Well, one of the most accomplished players in the field this week is 42-year-old Adam Scott. 14 career wins on the PGA Tour alone, including the 2004 Players, the 2006 Tour Championship, and of course, the 2013 Masters. And he was the #1 player in the world for 11 weeks in 2014. Todd also talked with Scott before his first round in Hawaii.
Adam, you've been out here quite a while. You've had some incredible wins, major championships and such. Do you feel fulfilled in your career, or are there things that you still want to accomplish?
No, there are still definitely things to accomplish. I set out even as a kid with dreams of winning the majors and getting to world #1, and a couple of those boxes are ticked, but I still believe I have the game to win tournaments and win the other majors or the Masters. I'm not going to be picky, but I'd like to be a multiple major champion before my days are out.
I'm sure a lot of parents have to deal with, and spouses have to deal with the fact that when someone's working, it's challenging. You have a job that takes you all over the world. You're based in Switzerland. You have 3 beautiful kids. How do you manage that?
Yeah, balance is really a big thing when you get to this point in your life and your career where it's a high-performing career. It's all result-driven, and there's no getting around that. It's whatever number I put in the card, and I had a lot of things set up very much my own way for a long time to get those results, but then family becomes a factor in that, and you try and make the best decisions for both and balance both, and that's all I'm trying to do. So the challenge is obviously a little extra travel here and there, but we're finding ways to minimize that all the time, and fortunately I have a very understanding family, and they're willing to help me fulfill the rest of my career, because we don't know how long that'll be.
How would you describe the health of the PGA Tour right now?
I think overall it's very healthy. I mean, it's easy to poke holes in something that's changing and adapting to the time, but I think overall it's very healthy. Look, let's face it, it's got a strong amount of tournaments, the calendar's full, sponsors are full, TV deals are set in place, sponsors are renewing. I mean, overall I see it very healthy. But, we've just hit this point where it seems like it's a time of change in professional golf, and the tour is going to make adapt to some of this, what's required this time. And I think, as that happens over hopefully the next 12 months or so, it'll just go from strength to strength.
Have the players had to adapt as well?
Yes and no. I don't think too much has been asked of the players, even in this year where we're seeing designated events, and there's no one forcing us to play designated events. Right. I think that a big group of these top players felt that this was something we needed to do to help the future of the tour, and hopefully that has a really positive impact on the events this year, the tour as a whole, and going into the future, and to see if we work together a little bit also what's possible out here.
Final thing, we're in this great state of Hawaii, or on this great state of Hawaii. Here's the water. You're friends with Kelly Slater. You've been known to get on a board or two. Do you still surf? And if so, give me your handicap.
Yes, I surf a lot less. Last year in 2022, I surfed 3 days, and that was all in December in Australia when I got home. I think there was a point, maybe it was the third child, where basically all my co-curricular activities were out, and it was busy times in my life for sure. I love the water. I feel great energy being in the water. I've spent most of my life around the water. My surfing handicap's getting worse. Gosh, the first surf in December was so bad. I felt like a complete hack, but I still felt good getting out of the water, and that's really what it's all about for me. I went for a body surf the other day here, and I feel good about that. I hope I can take my kids, and now big enough they're not scared of the ocean, so hopefully I would like them to have like a really good understanding of the ocean too, and get some benefit from it.
Scotty, I hope you have fun on the water and on the golf course this week.
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks,
your time.
mate. Good on you.